All right. All right. I think I got all this stuff turned on correctly. I think. What a doozy. Give me just a second, guys. Just a second. How are you guys doing? Is everybody okay here? I should have got all this set up beforehand. What if we give a little bit of background noise? What if we give a little background noise here for the time being? Yeah, we'll throw the old "Where's My Monster" in the background. All right. Okay, let me pop this out. Have this over here. Okay. Now we got a little something to work with. Okay. All right, how are y'all doing? Is everybody doing all right? I'm sorry. I know this is real haphazard. Throwing this thing together pretty quickly. So I'll start all this craziness by I'll start all this craziness a different way. Instead of just jumping right into it. This is silly. Like and subscribe. Jesus to the channel. Or to whatever you want to like and subscribe to. I don't know. Anyway. What's up, Shane? What's up, C-Rat? What's up, Nathan? Yes. Yes. It was a thing last night. It was a thing. It was a whole thing. And I freaked out, you know, rightfully so. I think that's a normal that's a normal thing to freak out over. And there's video. There's security footage of it that I'm gonna show you in a little bit, and we're gonna talk about it. C-Rat, that just seems like a silly thing to do, to walk through two people pointing guns at each other. That's a bad decision. I suggest you don't ever do that again. That's not a wise choice that you made there. Glad nothing happened, but that's not a good decision. Anyway, let's begin all of this with a little green tea. I'm going to actually put a little more on the top of this that I packed up this last night. This was going to be my last GB before bed last night, but I ended up just going straight to bed after this. Anyway, and this is random. I don't know if Red Band's busy tonight. He may end up popping in here. I'd like to hear his viewpoint of things because he put something in his story. If you haven't seen Red Band's Instagram story, you should go watch that on Instagram. I think he might have seen somebody else, not what was happening directly in front of me. This was somewhere else. So it was like just a wild night. And also in Austin, I'm going to bring this microphone up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. They didn't say what they were doing. I think that having two guns pointed at each other kind of speaks for itself, but that's just me. Anyway. Yeah, I'd like to see what Red Band has to say about what he saw. And I'd like to know where he was when he saw that. Because he posted a thing. We'll look at that. We'll look at that too. We'll find that and look at it. Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and hit this little green tea real quick. If you got it, I mentioned it a minute ago. So if you don't have it packed up, you should have, because I mentioned it enough time ago to have gotten it prepared, for you to have gotten it prepared. Anyway, this is lame. This is going to be my first of the day. Okay. We're going into the murky waters. Now I feel comfortable enough to go into the murky waters. So, I'm going to try to just tell you the story in the entirety and not do any tangents or whatever. Just a story. So here's what I saw. I was sitting out front of Sunset Strip, right in front of Happy Chicks, next to the door. You guys see on the streams that I do when I'm live streaming out there, you see where I'm at. And maybe we'll go through one of those videos in a little bit, and I'll show you just from my perspective exactly where it happened so that you can see it. But anyway, the story is this. I saw a large group of people be escorted into the club. There's a guy who comes out of this bar, and I'll tell you more about him later. A guy who barks people into that bar. He walked in with a large group of people, and then shortly after I saw the large group of people get walked into the bar, I noticed that one of the door guys at the club was having some issues with a guy, and he went and got a cop. And when the cop showed up, there was about 20 seconds went by, and then another large group of cops walk over to the entrance of the bar across the street, and literally within 30 to 45 seconds of me noticing a large group of cops walking over to the bar, the shooting happened. And it was all so fast. There's a video of it that's literally about 12 seconds long, I think. And it shows all of the shots happen in that small frame of time. And I noticed a guy laying down on the sidewalk, and then I noticed another person that was laying up against the building, and I assumed both of them were dead. But what I did was I dropped my work phone. I dropped the card reader that we use for when I'm scanning tickets or selling tickets. I dropped all of that. The phone broke. I dropped my battery pack that I always have, and the zigzag microphone, like this Crown Royal bag. All of this was on the ground. So I knocked all of that shit down, and immediately I felt a sharp pain right in my chest. And after all those shots, I thought, oh shit, I just got hit. Like, I was like, oh fuck, I just got shot. And I literally like just grabbed my chest the whole, like, I think I had, for the rest of the night, I might have had my hand on my chest, dude. Like, I might have held my chest for the rest of the night. But I was feeling for blood. I was like, oh no, like this is not good. So I started grabbing, and I started looking. I noticed there wasn't any blood, and I realized that it was just my heartbeat. And I just had that one heart punch that literally went through me like a bolt of lightning, dude. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, my heart beat so much, like it beat, like, and I think it was just for one beat. Because all that happened in a heartbeat. Like, they used the term, this happened in a heartbeat. It literally happened. When that happened, it beat so hard that I literally thought that I had been shot. And I'm not. I don't know, man. I'm not really like skittish about things. I'm not really skittish about things like that. But this was a terrifying situation that I had never experienced before or been part of, and I thought I got hit. But when I realized I hadn't, and I went, my first instinct was to get inside, was to get off of the street, get inside the bar, but there's giant glass windows, so I mean, they wouldn't have done nothing if people were trying to shoot us from outside. But I get back inside, and there was a table of like 3 kids, like 3 under 21. I remember they were under 21 because I wouldn't let them upstairs. And I told them if they wanted to get food, they could get food at Happy Chicks. So they went and ordered food. But they were sitting at this table, and I noticed all 3 of them were like standing up in there in the booth, like to try to get a better look. And I was like, get the fuck down. Like I was like, get down. Everybody stay down. And then when I realized this was about a minute or so later, I realized there was no more shooting happening. So I snuck back outside, and I grabbed all of our work things because I didn't want to leave our work phone. And like that's just how my brain works. That was my initial Like that was my initial goal, was to just get all of my work stuff so that I could bring that upstairs, because the building was definitely going to get locked down. So I grabbed that. I came back inside. The manager, Happy Chicks, was like, we got to lock the door, and she couldn't reach it. So I reached up and I locked the door. I deadbolt locked the door. And we were inside the building on lockdown for about an hour and a half. We were in the middle of Leonardo Johnny's shadow band. I apologize to Leonardo. I felt, and I know that this is like, it's probably annoying, the level of which I apologize for things, because I don't know why I feel responsible for shit that I really have no responsibility over. But I just apologized to her that this happened during her show, and just because we had to stop the show. Like, she came out and we lit the comedian that was on stage. I believe Connor Nutt was on stage when it happened. Couple of the guys working. My boy Ray, homie Ray Genevieve, was working the sound, and Mikey Biggs was working the upstairs door. I worked the downstairs front door to the building. Mikey was working the front door to the venue upstairs. So he was looking out of the window. Him and Ray both saw it happen as well. They probably got a better view of it because they were looking down from above, and I was looking through people, you know. But they saw it happen. So they lit the comedian, got him off stage, and they made the announcement, hey, there was a shooting outside. We're dealing with an active shooter situation right now. We're going to stay in the building. Nobody's going to leave. We're all going to stay here. You can unlock your phones and let everybody know that you're okay. But the building is on lockdown, and we'll have more information soon. So that happened. And yeah. So after all of that happened, and I'm literally like, people kind of came up to me and were like treating me like they were very fragile with me. And I'm sure that was because I'm sure I wasn't myself. I mean, I just witnessed what I thought was, you know, a death of two people, and I could have been one of them. So, and like I said, this might, I don't know. I don't know or care how this is going to come off, because I just got to get this shit out. I don't know. I don't know how to act in a situation like this, but I can't stop thinking about it and replaying it over and over. And there's actual video of it, so I've watched it just to confirm what I saw. And because people kept asking me, I went upstairs, I went into the green room, and the vibe was different. Because I was everybody in the green room, they were just in the back of the building, and it was just like, oh, shooting downstairs. And then I walk into the green room, who actually watched it happen, and it was just I felt the vibe change immediately as soon as I walked in, and everybody was like, well, what happened? And I'm just like, I honestly don't know. I really don't know. And full disclosure, I've seen people die before. Like, this wasn't the first time that I've witnessed somebody die. And, like, that's it's not an ideal thing, but it's not the first time I've seen it. But that's the first time that I literally felt like I could have been one of them. Anyway, that's beside the point right now. We'll get into all that in a second. But yeah, so I explained to everybody, I was like, yeah, it just looked like I saw a large group of cops walk over to the front of the door, and literally within a couple seconds, all the shooting happened. But it looked like the door guy, because I don't know, it's a 6th Street thing where the door guys are kind of like, I don't know. We all. It's always the same group of door guys who are out on the street, and we kind of have like a camaraderie thing, if you will. So, I just it's like I just noticed the door guys having an issue with somebody. Like I can spot that from body language. So apparently, what happened was there was a guy who I believe was part of the large group that the dude barked in, and he was trying to bring a gun into the club, which is a big no-no in Texas. You can't bring them, even though this is like Texas. I got this G Fuel that I've been drinking here, and I make sure that it's the fucking the powder would dissolve. Anyway, I believe that he was part of this big group that went in with his people, and Texas doesn't allow you to bring a weapon inside, even though it's like this is supposed to be the Wild West or whatever you call it. They don't fuck around like that. You can't bring a weapon into a place that serves alcohol. So this guy was trying to do that. Door guys stop him. The cops say, "Hey, we got a guy that we got to," or they go get the cops. "We got a guy. We got to get out." That's our policy. Like we'll say, "Hey, you got to leave. We can't put our hands on anybody." Like that's not we're not allowed to do that. Like I believe that we can retaliate, but we can't put our hands on anybody. Like I'm pretty sure we can defend ourselves, but that's it. In a situation, I don't even think we can really defend ourselves. I think we can just like prevent them from hurting us in any way. But I don't think we can do anything to them. That's a long. Anyway. They will always say, "Okay, we'll go get the cops then." I've had that happen a couple times when we were at Vulcan. We had to get the cops to come and escort people out of Rogan shows. But, and they do that. They have cops at Mothership for that. So, anyway, the door guys call the dude's bluff. "Okay, I'll go get the cops." So they go get the cops. A couple cops walk over there. And a couple cops get over there, and literally within the first couple of seconds, like there's a large group, maybe 5 or 6 cops that walk over. A couple seconds, that's when the shooting goes down immediately. So apparently, and we have a video of the thing. Should we go ahead and do the? I don't know what you're watching, Pooter. I don't feel like there's anything fun about this at this moment. But glad you think so. All right. Let me bring this down here. You can see here. You can see here, this is the video. This is the footage. You see the footage here of like this guy in the yellow jacket and the hoodie is the dude we're talking about. He's the problem. And there you'll see a blonde-haired girl talking to a guy, or talking to I don't know, somebody else in a black shirt over to like kind of in front of him. I believe the blonde-haired girl is the girl that got one of the bystanders. But anyway, here's the thing. Here's what happened.
He's still shooting.
Oh, look how fast it happened. We'll show it again. You notice when he pulls the gun out? And then 3 cops start shooting at him.
He's still shooting.
One more time. I'll pause it right here. You see, he's got his gun out now. So other officers are already getting these guys are getting their blue cops are getting their weapons out. The other guys are that are not wearing the bright blue uniforms, they've already got weapons out because they know this guy has his gun. And he starts shooting another cop that starts going the other way.
He's still.
And at this point right here is what freaked me out the most. When the dude went down like this, his arm, he's still got the gun in his hand. You can see right there. I don't know if you can you see that? Yeah, you can definitely see that. He's got the gun in his hand, and he's pointing it in my fucking direction from his back. Like, that's where I was. I was still outside for a couple seconds after the shooting stopped. So this dude's gun is aimed literally at me, dog. And the girl, you can see her heading down the street, and this dude's on the ground.
He's still shooting.
That dude was still on the ground. So, here's a sidebar in the story. There's a guy who is standing right inside the door here, or right, like he's talking to the girls. This dude, literally all day long, he walks out into the street when he sees like a large group of girls. And he will walk out into the street and he'll walk out into the street and like poach these girls. He'll like poach them and be like, yo, we got free shots for the ladies, free shots for the ladies. But he'll like keep walking with them. He'll like walk backwards with them and like put his arms around them and shit like that. And just like, it's a creepy thing that I've talked to other people about that work out there. And they're like, yeah, dude, that guy, I don't know. I don't trust. He just seems like there's a chance he could see this, and I don't give a shit. He just seems like a slimy character. Like, I'll be barking at people as they walk past me on the street, but I'm never going to walk out and try to, like, follow along with somebody after they're already not interested, just to try to talk them into coming into my bar. Like, that's not. But anyway, we'll go one more time. That's the guy. He jumps back inside the bar immediately because he knows the protocol. You get inside the bar.
He's still shooting.
But another thing too, one more time, you'll see right here. The guy throws the gun out and he's trying to shoot at the cop that is on the run. You see right there where I've paused it? He's trying to shoot at the cop that's kind of like moving away from him, I guess. But I think he accidentally hits this girl here that's in the way. You'll see him shoot right here. You can see the flash from his gun. Right there, you see the flash. So when he does that, he hits that poor girl right there that was just trying to get her free shot from that dude. And then he goes down. But that's, like I said, this, and I don't even care if I'm making this shit about me, dude. Homeboy is literally pointing that gun that's in his hand, is like pointed at me, basically. Like, in this video, here's the video. Let's go here. To shit, you know what? Actually, we're gonna go here to. Yeah, this will work. We're gonna see. I see when I flip the screen around on this video, I'll show you exactly where it happened from my perspective. By the way, join the Patreon if you want.
Yo.
You. All right.
Buy
I wish there was a way I could.
food truck. Guys.
I usually only flip it around for a minute or so. So it's going to be hard to find. I'm just going to get lucky here.
Children.
I usually show them whenever the cops are.
Couple weeks. Okay.
Anyway,
Talking about it.
the only reason I'm doing this is to show
And,
you from my perspective where it happened.
Name here.
Surely
Stage when you-
I have.
He already said. I don't know. As long as you buy a couple drinks when you get up there. Wristbands for free, so long as you buy 2 drinks per person when you get up there. Does that sound like a deal?
Doing it right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, let me grab some wristbands out of here.
All right, let me look in here. Actually, I know I've got a. That's not a good video. I know I got a good video of the street somewhere in here. Okay. Maybe this one. No, not that one. That's just the one guy. That was just a picture. Nope. Now we're just randomly scrolling my Instagram. I know I'm gonna have like a thing here. Oh, now we're all the way back to Vulcan. I really don't have like a hey, I'm those are probably posted in my stories, huh? Well, I wonder, can I see those? Maybe not. But anyway, maybe I did show it in this one. I think it was just that guy though. There's no way to move that right, huh? And that's a long stream. Oh, well. I don't know. I can't find what I'm trying to find. But I feel like I'd definitely go. In this one, I'd definitely show. Show the rest of the street. It was just a homie he didn't see. You don't see the. Oh, there we go. There it went. There went a thing that I can use. All right. Perfect. Found it. I just have to keep the dongle and the other cable around. Start when it's shot. The mic was a little too hot. All right. So right here, this is perfect. This guy, all right. That's another thing too. I'm not.
This guy is talented.
Most people. But this guy is actually talented. He makes really, really intricate works of art. He's a talented artist. But anyway, here's what we're looking at. So you see right here where I'm at is I'm looking directly across. This is straight across from my eyesight. And where that building is, where the blue light is coming from, like not the blue doors to the right, but like right in the dead center, that's where the shooting happened. So those doors that you see right there is where this guy is standing.
He's still shooting.
And here's one thing, and look, I'm understanding that a lot of people have issues with like law enforcement and shit like that. But in this situation, dude, this guy, there were several cops around. He was trying to bring a firearm into an establishment, which is illegal in Texas. This is before midnight. So everybody, and nothing good happens after midnight. Well, this was at 11:53 p.m. So this guy pulled out a weapon and was immediately fired upon by the cops. And they're saying that 3 people were hit, 3 bystanders were hit. Is that what it is? 3 others injured. People are trying to say that the cops shot 3 people because they were firing blindly into a crowd. Like I've saw a couple people say that, and that's not what happened. Like that's just simply not what happened. We've seen that enough. This I think my boy Ray Chenevy actually took this picture from our window upstairs at Sunset. This is from upstairs. And that's the dude that tried to bring the gun in. And over here in the edge of the picture, you can see blood from where the girl was that got shot. There's another. That's the same video. There was something else. There was another thing. Where is it? Where is the thing I'm looking for? Where these kids... Oh, here we go. Does it show that on the stream whenever I go full screen like that? Does it? Oh, it just goes full screen on the... Okay. So, yeah. This is... Like, these are the bullet holes. And if you see here... Like, if you look in the reflection of that... Like, there's Voodoo Donut, the pink building... Next to that is BBG's, and next to that, you see the Sunset Strip. You see the sign right there. By the way, shout out to the sign. It just got put up out front so you know where we're at. But you see it right next to the girl's head in the reflection. And, dude, I sit literally under that sign. So, there's one. And then there's another one over here. And there was another video of these kids who got interviewed right after it happened for somebody's YouTube channel. That can't be it, because I didn't say, oh, that's just latest. Here's actually what I was just
by
talking.
The window.
There was a guy that
We were literally like right by the window.
There was a guy that randomly got hit with a straight. He was seizing out on the floor. Then the guy that pulled the gun on the cops, he's dead. And then the girl got caught a straight into the eye. Shit, her whole brain's like.
So some dude in the club got shot because of the cops, and then some bitch
Okay.
right outside got fucking shot in her fucking eye.
So somebody in the club got hit from one of the cops that was shooting at the guy because he was standing at the front of the club at the entrance. So But he definitely fired off his weapon. You know what's ironic is this happened like a year ago. Like the mass shooting that happened on 6, that shit happened like literally almost a year ago to the day. But yeah. So that's that happened. But let's see. This is Red Band's story.
The Lord or the devil
Can I go back? No.
nearly had my eyes. Everything ground to a halt. It does. I almost died.
So yeah, Red Band's got this story right here to where he said it looked him right in the eyes and he yelled something at him and he just drove. But you see that? Does that just look like he's holding a gun too? Looks like he's holding a gun too. So, and this looks like
The Lord or the devil.
that's not 6th Street. This is not 6th Street because there's cars on the sidewalk. Cars are not on the sidewalk of 6th Street. This has to be like 5th.
Nearly had my eyes. Everything ground to a halt.
I don't think it was
Does.
Sam.
I almost died. Does. I almost died.
So yeah, I was trying to figure out where that might be. That looks like that could be Brazos. Which is a street next to us that runs not parallel, but what's the opposite of parallel? Intersects. It intersects with 6th Street. But this scared the shit out of me. Like that's why I couldn't find my phone. But I walked downstairs. I was trying to run downstairs to get my phone to make sure Red Band and Toe got out because they were standing on the corner. They had literally just walked out of the club right when this shit happened. I wish one of them were in here so they could like tell me what they went. But I'm sure he'll talk about it, or maybe not. Maybe I don't know. I needed to because I can't stop. It's a thing, and I don't know. Never been part of anything like this, but I would like to know.
Died. The Lord or the devil nearly.
He looks like he's literally shooting. Does it? Can you see shots in that?
Does. I almost died. I almost died. The Lord or the devil.
He's holding a gun, right? That's a gun. Perpendicular. There you go. That's the word. So, yeah, this is definitely like another situation happened. And not only that, there was another shooting yesterday at the mall in Austin, which is, I don't know.
Nearly had my eyes. Everything ground to a halt.
Damn, dude. Scary shit. This was after.
I've been in Houston too long. I'm not scared of no clubs.
I'm curious. There's a lot of chats going on up in the corner.
No, we ain't filming the body. We're filming the shooter. Don't film the body. The shooter, right? Yeah.
I wonder what stream that came from. I was still downstairs when the fire truck pulled up. I was still downstairs at Happy Chicks. I think that's when I walked outside to get my phone, get the work phone and shit.
Hey, get back behind the tape.
Because the whole block was a crime scene. Nobody left any of these clubs. All of the clubs stayed shut down. Yeah, all of the clubs stayed shut down for quite some time. Yeah. Those kids. And then, yeah, whatever happened at the mall. Let's see, the official. 3 people wounded, 1 critical, and the suspect is dead after shooting involved police at the crowded 6th Street area in Austin, yada yada. Gunman was struck by officers, later pronounced dead on scene. There's a video of the officers or the interim police chief. This dude posted videos, but they're all like slowed down. And this is down by P. Terry's. This is by the Driscoll. So this is like closer to Congress. Yeah, these videos are closer to Congress. And that's the Driscoll. So he's outside of where the blockades are, which is way down there. And they're just blocking off everything. But yeah, I don't think those videos really show anything. We already heard what those kids said. I'm trying to find the video of the these guys posted the video. Of the officers or whatever talking, giving their assessment of what happened. And by the way, they have to release the body cam footage within 10 days. Shreddy, what's up, dog? Got to give you a wrench. Yeah, dude, this shit is crazy. They have to release, by law, they have to release the, they have to release the body cam footage within 10 days of an officer-involved altercation. Like, that's just law. But yeah, this shit is wild. I'm still trying to find the officer interview part. Let's this might work. 3 people injured and taken to the hospital. Oh, this is the only part right there of that. I do want to. Is this what I just clicked on a minute ago? It is. I just want to get their statement. CBS News, that's the same thing. ABC News. Yeah, the officer has been placed on administrative duty. Yeah, they're not showing the. Did they take? I watched it earlier today. They must have taken down the statement that they gave. I clicked on those CBS News, and I clicked on that thing. Maybe this is it. What is this? What is this? I don't. Why? Why am I having to do this? Maybe this is the one.
And new this morning, Austin police, I should say, are investigating an officer-involved shooting.
Green tea time.
And we're
Pack 'em
taking
up.
a live look right now at the scene. This incident happened.
This right here is this area. This is Sanjak. This video is looking down Sanjak. And like right around the corner. That's the corner that I turn to walk into work. If I'm walking from the right.
And just before midnight in the 200 block of East 6th Street,
And that's facing
between
Darwin's
Brazos and
Pub.
San Juancito. And APD
And
received reports that
Recess
somebody
Bar.
was
The Ritz
trying to
down
enter
there.
a
That's the
bar
mothership. The Ritz
with
down
a
there. The
firearm.
BBG sign. Where that BBG
An
sign
employee
is
of that
there.
bar
The
reported this to
neon.
APD, and as officers approached Tow, and just before
Where the
midnight in the
neon
200
is
block
over
of
there.
East
That's
6th Street,
BBG's is where
we're
I'm
taking
at.
a
I'm going to
live
restart
thing,
this
and
though so you can hear her.
Austin police, I should say, are investigating an officer-involved shooting.
Line
And
'em
we're
up.
taking a live look right now at the scene. This incident happened just before midnight in the 200 block of East 6th Street between Brazos and San Juancito. And APD received reports that somebody was trying to enter a bar with a firearm. An employee of that bar reported this to APD, and as officers approached that suspect, the suspect pulled out the gun and pointed it right at them.
In response, 3 APD officers discharged their department-approved firearms at the suspect. The suspect sustained multiple gunshot wounds and was later pronounced deceased. There are 3 individuals, other than the suspect, who sustained injuries during this incident. All 3 were transported to a local hospital.
And one of those bystanders.
There it is. You see, here's something funny that you might not see a lot. So you see the neons. Focus on just the neons on the buildings. You see the Ritz down there. That's Mothership. You see BBG's. But right next to BBG's, you see a little tiny Sunset Strip illuminated sign that's up there. We have a small sign. It's adorable, but it's there, and it's ours, and we're very proud of it, and we love it just the same. Even if it were a bigger sign, we love it just the same. But yeah. So that's us.
Is in critical condition, and the other 2 have non-life-threatening injuries. No officers were injured during this incident, and the 3 officers that did get involved have been placed on administrative leave per APD policy. APD will continue to investigate this officer-involved shooting, and police are asking that if you have any information to please contact them.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. There's that thing. Small but effective. That's right. It's not the size of the sign. It's the motion of the ocean, as they say. Yeah, so that's like basically the whole situation. And I'm not trying to be a guy who is like, oh, well, you know, I stand by, I'm a blue stripe. I stand by my police force. But it just seemed that so many people were so quick to blame this on the cops. Like, so many people were so quick to blame this on the police, which I do understand that, like, there were innocent people who were probably struck by a rogue bullet from one of the cops trying to shoot this guy who had a gun. But I'm not going to sit here and act like this dude is just like walking down the street with an ice cream cone and he gets shot by a group of cops. He was doing something very illegal, trying to bring a weapon into a bar. That is very illegal in Texas. And unfortunately, the dude got shot. And they're not going to be able to win. Like, the police, in this situation, they're not going to be able to win because they're just, they're not going to be able to win because nobody wants them to. You know what I mean? It's not cool for them. It's not cool for the cops to have been in the right. But I gotta say that from what I saw, and I talked to Leonarda Joni about this last night briefly, but she was like, do you know, like, what kind of situation was it? Like, who was in the right, what happened? And I told her the same thing I told you guys earlier. And I saw first the door guy get involved in something. Like, I saw the door guy, like, having an issue with a person first. Because, like I said, we're a door gang on 6. We literally, like, it's a thing. I saw that first. And then I saw the cops get involved. So I'm like, if the guy is just this has got nothing to do with the cops at this point. You know what I mean? He's giving a door guy an issue. So in my opinion, like, if somebody is trying to side with the guy who got shot, and it's unfortunate, nobody should get shot. I don't agree with guns. I know I'm from the South, and I don't care if anybody else wants theirs. Like, that's totally fine. I don't need them. You dress for the job you want. You know what I mean? Like, carrying a gun means that you're, I don't know the percentage. One of you guys can Google it if you want, but it's vastly larger if you carry a gun, that you're more likely to get shot. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, the guy pulled a weapon out when he was surrounded by cops. If he would have put his hands up and said, hey, I have a weapon. Yes, I have a gun. Please don't shoot me. Like, they would have walked up to him. They would have removed the gun. It would have happened in an amicable way. And it would have literally prevented a guy dying and 3 other people being shot. And I don't know or care what this sounds like. I'm just telling you what I saw. If someone tries to side with the poor guy who got shot in this situation, just keep in mind that could have been me. I could have been the door guy who said, hey, you can't come in here with that weapon. And then if he says, no, go fuck yourself, then he's being a dick to me for just doing my job. And I'm not a cop. So the guy is already in the wrong. He's already in the wrong, is all I'm saying. Before a cop shows up, the guy is already wrong. So when the cop shows up, like they called the bluff. And like I don't know, and I'm willing to bet, and maybe I could be wrong because all the information will be released soon. I'm sure the name will be released, and I'm positive that that's a thing. And I could be wrong, but I guarantee you that this is probably a young man who probably just didn't think out the potential of something really bad happening with him carrying a weapon on him. Like I'm sure that this is like not a thing of like not a safety situation, you know what I mean? Like where people carry a weapon for safety and things like that. I know a lot of women, like they carry those little purse pistols, you know, little 22s or whatever like that to protect themselves. But I think that this might have been a situation of like I'm going to be cool. I'm going to carry a gun because it's cool to carry a gun. And then I think that went really wrong, and the dude just was trying to be he's just trying to go into a bar with his firearm and made the biggest mistake on earth by pulling it out while he's surrounded by cops. Like that's just, if you're already surrounded by cops and you reach into your pocket, like here's the thing, reaching into your pocket gives an officer, that's literally permission for them to draw their firearm because they don't know what you're reaching in your pockets for. That's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. So if he reaches into his pockets and officers already have weapons drawn on him, then he pulls out a gun and they see a gun, then for everybody else's sake, they have to take out that threat. They have to immediately remove that threat. And I hate to talk in like military terms like that, but you have to eliminate that threat immediately. That's your number one job. And honestly, y'all saw how quick the video was. This was 11 seconds. The fact that in how long was the video? Let me look again. Like in literally a matter of 11 seconds. Actually, hold on a second. I know I don't have it opened up. So this is weapon pulled out at 4 seconds in. At 8 seconds in, he is on the ground. So y'all, I know that this is, I didn't have it opened up back there. I just watched it. But here, actually, no. Let's go through this. Let's go through this. This is really psychopathic what I'm doing, but I have to do whatever it is I have to do to like feel any kind of normal thing, and this is what's normal to me. So, can I, at halftime, I'm gonna leave the sound on. All right, so 4 seconds. Here, I want to go even slower than that. Let's go quarter time. So at 4 seconds in, he pulls the gun right here. They see the gun. These cops shoot him. So by the time they see a gun come out, he is shot. One. And then he fired off the shot right there that you guys saw that hit that poor girl. and then he's on the ground, gun aimed towards the street, and then finally, literally, like the light pole was in my way, in my path for a second. But then, after he laid there for a second, the gun was literally pointed at me across the street. So here's what I'm saying, is that in literally 4 seconds, from the time that the cops saw a gun come out of this guy's pocket, 4 seconds he was on the ground, and he was the only fatality. Other people were shot with non-life-threatening wounds, which are absolutely terrible, and we hate that. But in 4 seconds, and they are literally in 4 seconds, these guys reacted. And the only fatality was the guy who pulled a gun out of his pocket. And if you say, oh, well, all the guns also pulled guns out of their pockets, look, the cops, you know they have a gun. They're wearing a suit and an outfit that informs you that they are carrying a weapon. Like, they are literally wearing on their chest a thing that notifies you that they are packing. Like, and when someone in civilian clothes pulls a weapon out, that's a whole thing. But, well, no, it wasn't timely that the cops were passing by. And it is scary that shit happens so quick. But that's 4 seconds from the time that the first shot was fired until the dude's literally on the ground and the last shot is fired. 4 seconds. But the cops passing by isn't like they were summoned. Like, that's what I was getting at. I don't know if you were here for that, Pooter. I don't know if you heard when I was explaining all of that. But like, the cops were like, they were called over to deal with this guy. They were called over by an employee to like remove this guy from their business because he's trying to enter illegally with a firearm. All I'm saying is I ain't here to take sides or be one of those like up with America, military, police, yada yada yada. I'm not trying to be that guy. All I'm saying is that this dude is the reason that those people got shot, and I don't think that this one's on the cops. But that's just me. And I don't know anything about this dude. All I know is that there was some weird shit going on yesterday. There's just been weird vibes in the air. It's just been weird. Let's light up another one. We need another one. Y'all get the green tea ready. It's time to burn another one down. I'm running very low in the green tea, and I'm running even lower in the green tea fund. I hate Christmas time. I did that last stream that I did where I just talked about why this time of year sucks. And then I go back to work for a couple of days, and then this shit happens. It's crazy. It really is crazy. But dude, like, I don't know. There was just for a period of time, and it seemed like an eternity that was probably around the neighborhood of 15 to 20 seconds. I thought that I was hit. And I thought that I was hit in the chest, but it was literally just my heart, and it scared me. It scared me so bad. Yeah, I know, man. That's one thing, dude. Like, I can shit on living in the small town as much as I want to, but we didn't really have this there. I mean, there are shootings back home, but man, this is pretty insane. There was like 2 in a day, and then Red Band saw what he saw when they were leaving. I'm sure he'll talk about it later. I don't even know if he's posted the Kill Tawny for tomorrow. He's probably still editing. But man, I just stayed really quiet last night at work. I was trying to sit by myself, and I was back in the green room, and there was just people in the green. I can't expect them to not like just live their life the way that they want to, but there was some comics, and I'm not gonna name them. There were some comics that were like hooking up music to the Bluetooth speaker and dancing around in the green room, and like, I don't know. I was like, I know that they didn't see what I just saw, and I can't be upset with anybody. So I have to just get out of here, because like, I'm the thing that's different in this room, you know? I'm the thing that is out of place. So I got out of there, so I wasn't like killing the vibe in there at all. But it was just it was a whole different thing. In that moment, I realized that I felt a lot differently about the transpiring of those events than anybody else in that building did. Mikey and Ray saw it. So they, and maybe there was a couple other people looking out of the windows, but I know for sure Ray saw it. He took the picture of the guy. But I think they saw the aftermath. Like, what made them start looking out of the window was them seeing a lot of cops start showing up. So I saw everything leading up to that. So I saw more of it than they did, as far as the beginning of a thing. So from their perspective, they just saw a bunch of cops unload on one guy. But now that the security video got released, and I don't know who released it or where it's from. I think it's from but I think that looks like Soho. That looks like Soho's cameras. So maybe it's them. But I don't know. I saw the thing from its infancy. You know what I mean? I think they just noticed it when there was a shitload of cops there, and they just, so like Ray said, he turned, like, when he's running sound, he's like just sitting there with the soundboard, like writing bits. He's literally a diligent writer. He's an incredibly diligent writer. He's gonna be fine in his career, because he works very hard at comedy. He's gonna have a good career. He was just sitting there, and he said that he was like, I know how he sits at the board, and he can just look out of the window and see what's going on down on the street. And he says he literally turned and looked out of the window and just saw a bunch of cops unload on a guy. So he turned and saw that. And Mikey said the same thing. He was like, yeah, I was just looking out of the window, and I just saw all these cops just unload on this guy. So from their perspective, it probably looks like not great on the cops' end. But after this video has been released, and then not just that, but also the body cam footage that's going to be released within the next 9 days, because today was the 10th day, or the first day, and they have 10 days to release body cam footage from officer-involved shootings. Yeah. So, super random. Super duper random. Where was the thing I found a while ago? The Fox News thing. I need a minute or so video to play so I can run and